there's some kind of fetish with street dudes because we mistake them as being more masculine. I really wish that women would stop putting street dudes on a pedestal. And I mean, you see how Glorilla's song, she was talking about the type of dude that she wanted, and that's cool because she's selling you an illusion. And don't get me wrong, I love that song. I like Glorilla, but she's giving you, she's romanticizing and sexualizing the type of guy
Smexualize. What the
that
fuck
you
is that?
keep saying that you don't want. If we actually held ourselves accountable for the type of men that we chose, I don't think we would keep romanticizing men that are in survival mode.
Yo, real quick, the one thing she said was if we held ourselves accountable. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't think women in general can do that. I don't think they can in general. So that's kind of like a mute point at this point. But let's continue.
I've actually never dated a street guy that was very protective. It's a complete myth that they're more masculine and more protective, and they're actually more combative, and they lack a lot of emotional maturity because they're in survival mode. They're not trying to love you. I don't
Hold on. It ain't because of no damn survival mode. Clearly, did you even hear what she said? She said that they lack. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see what she said. They're combative. Oh man. She said they're combative. That doesn't sound like a female. Doesn't it sound like what dudes say about females? Oh, she's so combative. Like that's all she do. She talk back. Listen. Hold on. Let's.
They're actually more combative, and they lack a lot of emotional maturity because they're
Don't that sound like a female? They lack emotional maturity. That sounds like women. And I'm not saying it in like across the board, but in general, they're in survival mode. I can see where she's coming from, but and she definitely has some valid points. But one, she spoke on Glorilla. Basically, she's talking about the music on how they fantasize these hood dudes, which is straight facts. And you got to understand when you talk to men who have grown, well, started in impoverished areas and have grown and became very successful and got out of it, we can speak to so many different things when it comes to the men from where we come from, because we still can even see it, when we pass through, go visit family, stuff like that. But this is so true. But and understand, I'm not putting blame on anybody. I'm simply being observant, and then I'm making a conclusion off of what I see. The men that she's talking about are men that's generally raised by their mothers. Yeah, I said it. It's men that were raised by their mothers. Because one, those women are in survival mode. Why? Because they're raising a child or children completely on their own. And mind you, what I always say, I do not wish single parenthood on anybody. So they're doing that and trying to work and be independent and financially guided, and it's like you can't do it all. So a female raising a boy to be a man is impossible. So her survival mode nature, her lack of accountability, her combativeness, she don't need a man because for all these years she ain't had one. She had to do it on her own, so she had to build up a defense mechanism because she had to go figure some shit out. And then the emotional immaturity. She didn't even have time to mature emotionally and within her current situation. So he took on a lot of those things. And then he also was a part of the streets because of their impoverished environment, which means what? He's going to do the same shit to a woman that he's dating. And for the life of me, I don't understand why women truly like that. Now, they say you attract what you are. So if you believe in that, would you now say that that's true? That's why they get those type of dudes. But before we continue, let's finish the video.
in survival mode. They're not trying to love you. I don't care how many black movies that they create where the love is so toxic, and then for some reason, especially in the black community,
Bro, I hate that shit. I swear. Tubi, Y'all know Tubi. Every black movie is the same fucking concept. Dude is a drug dealer trying to get out the streets or some stupid shit like that. The girl either got a job or she a stripper, and then they this holy little mix and they making moves and this dumbass shit, bro. That's exactly what she's talking about. As soon as she said it, I instantly thought of Tubi movies, which I fucking hate.
We romanticize these toxic relationships, and then we romanticize these guys and say that we want this Russell Wilson, Sierra type of love, but we're never gonna get there if we keep talking about we want a hood dude. Especially if you're not a hood chick, they see you as naive and gullible. Don't let the hype fool you where they're like, oh, you're wifey material because you speak a certain way and dress a certain way. The only difference is that hood chicks know exactly what type of time a street dude is on. There is nothing that you'll understand about a person that can analyze, observe you, and know how to get what they want from you, because where they're from, there's less resources.
Yep.
Their survival mode makes you navigate differently through life.
Yep.
And I know this because I've experienced this. If you don't come from struggle, the way you view the world in relationships are just different. So if you're from the suburbs and people, and you speak a certain way, you have a certain disposition and demeanor, trust me, you do not align with no street dude, and they see you as silly and naive.
They see you as a straight finesse. That's what they see you as. That's just across the board, male or female. You are a finesse. They gonna finesse the fuck out of you. That's exactly how they look at you. So it's really crazy because it was one part that she said. I want to go back to it, right? Let me go back to it. Hold on, let me find it. The part where she said the struggle. When you start off at the bottom, you have to learn how to survive with little to nothing. So the moment that you see somebody that's in a better situation or something like that, because she's talking about, how women like to fantasize about dudes that come from the hood, basically. They not only, because you got to understand the dynamics of what the relationship should be. The man should be leading, but a man that's in survival mode, that not only that's in survival mode, but that does lack that emotional stability, that lacks a lot of things that he should have, but he just doesn't, and he doesn't want to change or anything like that. Yeah, that's the dude that's really gonna put you in situations. That's the dude that really is gonna finesse you, and vice versa. Female and male, she's gonna finesse the hell out of you for sure. And she's gonna 9 times out of 10, she might even be cheating on you like crazy with the hood motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? But when you start off there and you have to learn how to survive, whole different ball game, bro. It like you learn how to do certain stuff, and you go through and experience certain things that another person would never go through. You know what I'm saying? That's like why do you think that like the immigrants, for instance, that come from like third world countries, when they come over here, they just like so happy to be here in America, because it's like where that's why, like, we can use Mexicans, for instance. They have this it's like a stereotype, but it is what it is, where a lot of them stay in one house and they all like pull all their resources. It's kind of like they living in a better situation because where they came from was a lot worse, and they coming into a situation where it's like, well, shit, we got running water, bathrooms is smooth, houses, pretty smooth. I can go to work, make money every day. I can cook on the stove at work. You kind of get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, when you looking at it from that perspective, it's like, well, this whole situation is a lot better and I've been through a lot worse. So yeah, I think I'm all right over here. I'm going to do my finessing, and this motherfucker who I'm dealing with is they don't know what I know. And I know I can get what I want out of them with no problem. Why? Because I know how to take different forms, and it's a lot that comes with it. It's a good thing and a bad thing. You feel what I'm saying? However, she's still right on point with it. Like, women who won't, like how they always say nice guys finish last, that's pretty much because the chicks be fantasizing over these fucked up dudes. And vice versa. I'm gonna keep saying vice versa, but they fantasize over these dudes that just take them through the mud, do them dirty, dick them down, all that crazy type of stuff, and then it just be OV after that. Would you agree or would you disagree? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll get at y'all later.